Welcome back, everybody, to the NBA 2K24 MyNBA expansion series with the Pittsburgh Force. Today could be the final episode in this series before we bookend things with the long-term sim to round out everything encompassing this entire series with the Neptunes and the Pittsburgh Force. Last episode, we came back twice in one game to win in overtime by 121-119 to take a 3-1 lead in the series. The Sonics nearly tied things up at 2 games apiece, but instead we stole the game at home in Pittsburgh. And now we go back on the road to Seattle for Game 5 with a chance, one of 3 chances, to close the series out and win Pittsburgh's first ever Larry O'Brien trophy. Because we lead 3-1, I don't think it's time for us to make a change here with our rotation. I think I will keep on starting Melvin Harrison as the starting point guard. It obviously sucks to not have Wilson Towns for potentially the final, showcase episode of the entire series, and he won't be showing up even if we go one more episode after this one. But Harrison has been solid for us last game, especially, or not last game, but in Game 3, he actually played pretty well. He shot poorly in Game 4 despite the win, and I think, why go away from what has worked for us for the most part here in this series? We lead 3 games for a reason, mainly because Jimmy Thomas has played very well after those first 2 games, but we got one of 3 chances here to win the title, so let's go and do it. It's Game 5. We'll watch probably the entire thing unless it's going to be a blowout at either end, but Force, Sonics back in Key Arena in Seattle. Let's go try and close this entire series out with a finals victory. The crowd is packed here for Game 5 in Seattle. We are underway. They will start with the ball, and if they can win 2 games in a row, they can force a Game 7, which would make things a lot scarier for this Pittsburgh Force team. But here we go. Chuck Gurley, first shot of the day, up and through. He's been their best player by far. All the way to the 10, soft touch off the glass. Melvin Harrison starts the day 1 for 1. Screen set up. Thomas, good on-ball defense. Early throws it up and out this time. Out of the corner, here comes Thomas, picked up by Timmy Hayes. Little stutter step, and the shot rims off the backboard and out. Up ahead to Early. Transition shot won't go. And it's stolen. Pass picked off by Collins. Hayes, the floater, well defended by person who turned the ball over. Fast break. 3. Thomas, no. Mayo gets downhill, pulls the trigger, and he finds himself with 2 of their first 4 points. Every game to this point has been very close until at least the 4th quarter. There have been no blowouts until the last quarter of play. So, probably going to expect more of the same here in Game 5 as Collins rejects the shot attempt by Castro. Mayo has room to fire. He's 2 for 2. Timeout, Pittsburgh. Thomas, the screen. Hardy thought twice about it. Thomas will fire instead, and he finds himself on the board. After back-to-back starts and his 3rd start, Walton is now fully healthy for Seattle. Person pulls down the miss, and we go the other way, trailing 5-7, but Walton strips it from Harrison. He's got Mayo all by himself up ahead. Outside screen. Hardy has his pass tipped away and stolen. It's Timmy Hayes this time, causing that turnover. Collins slips between 2 defenders and jams in another transition bucket. Pretty fast offense here for the Sonics. They lead 11-5. Here's Castro over Collins. No good. Clock under 5 for Seattle. It's left inside for Collins once again, rolling towards the rim. Person gets physical. Lost his dribble, throws it up and out. They have not scored well here at the rim early on in this one. Walton with room to fire. That three won't drop. He has struggled from downtown so far in this series. Step back three. Harrison in and out. A lot of shots have rolled off the rim for us early on in this one. Mayo finds Hayes on the cut. He can't finish. The ball is tipped off the backboard. Right to Person. Fast break. Harrison hop-stepping towards the other side of the basket. That's a fantastic finish. High ball screen early. Lost track of Thomas, but his three won't fall. Top of the key now. Thomas, no good from downtown. 6 minutes gone here in the first quarter. 7 points for us, and now 15 for Seattle. Mark Law and Jesse Park check in for the first time in Game 5 as Harrison's three won't go, and so far our three-point shooting has not been good as that ball sailed out of bounds off the hands of Walton. Catch and shoot three. Hardy with some space. He gets us back on track from behind the arc. Whipped inside. Harrison fouled Mayo at the rim. First free throws for either team here in this one. First one will drop in. The back end drops in as well. Mayo goes 2 for 2. So far, Seattle scoring from all three levels. Threes, scoring inside the paint especially, has been their go-to move early on here in this one. Here's Park. He's got a lane, and he's going to draw the foul. Front end, good for Park. The back end, perfect. Little post-play move for Collins, and Law can't stop him. He's coming off his worst game back in Game 4. He only had 6 points and fouled out in overtime. But outside of that game, he has been pretty damn good on both ends. The mid-range jumper is good from Melvin Harrison. He's got 6 on 3 for 5 shooting. The rest of our team is 2 for 8 from the field. Hayes gets physical. It absolutely posterizes Dustin Person. Lord have mercy. Harrison, a couple of dribble moves, stutter stepping, and Walton ends up with that stop. And 4 to play in the first quarter. Seattle leads by 7. Here's Hayes going to work and drawing the foul. First one rims out for him. Person takes a seat. Malone comes in. And Hayes goes 0 for 2 at the line. And we'll take it. Malone hop steps. Gets inside the paint. But Hayes gets the stop. Malone gets it back. And flushes that one home. Time counting down. Mayo's got to find something. He gets by Harrison and knocks it down. Backdoor cut. Park with the reverse jam. Malone the assist. And Park flexes on this away crowd. Here's Perry. Good use of the pick and roll. Solomon left alone. Here's Park from the elbow. Up and in. Good start for the rookie. Back to Solomon. Handing it off. Hayes up and under. It's rejected. They get it back. And Mayo splashes the second chance three. Park downhill. He steps back and misses that shot. His first miss here in the first quarter. It's kept alive with the Force. Harrison pulls up. Griffin got there in time to ward off the shot from Perry. Sonics lead by 8. Fast break three, no good from Griffin, and Malone picks up a loose ball foul. It's going to go the other way. Screen set by Blair. Here's Perry. Flying by Thomas. The shot won't go. Up to Montgomery. Quick shot on line and his first touch off the bench. Behind the arc. No good from Perry. Slow start for him as per usual. To make it a one-score game, it's Thomas behind the arc. Last play of the first quarter. Perry moves into a shot, can't knock it down. It's 28-26. Seattle on top through one.
The visiting team, 26.
The second quarter begins here in Game 5. Force with the ball, trailing by a single bucket. Playing Hardy, trying to get by Perry, but he's picked up pretty well defensively. He shrugs him off, but can't finish the play. Got a mismatch here. Here's Mayo for three. This guy can't miss right now from downtown. He's been their focal point here offensively early on, him and Collins both. Out of the corner, it's Thomas. Catch and shoot. Online again. He's got three of them. Nice little step back move. Westbrook gets downhill, spins, and flips it up and in. Beautiful drive. What is that shot? Malone takes an ill-advised contested three that had no chance of going in. Blair takes an equally bad shot and gets it blocked in his face by Malone. Thomas going right after Westbrook and drawing the foul. 90% on the year at the charity stripe. And Thomas knocks them both down. Westbrook on the pick and roll goes right up into Castro. What he's called for a foul now. That looked pretty straight up to me, but the ref thought otherwise. Westbrook goes 2 for 2. Here's Thomas, another open three. He's got 4 now. He has really caught fire here after 2 in either quarter in this first half, and hopefully more to come with 9.5 to play. That one's blocked from behind by Malone. Thomas stops, hands it off, and Hardy turns the ball over. Jarred loose by Frank Perry. Westbrook steps back. Harrison played good defense there, but it's better offense by the Sonics. They've scored 6 points now off turnovers. Harrison lets it fly, but can't connect. He scored well from the field, but it's not from behind the arc, unfortunately for us. Has not had a repeat performance of that Game 3 showing yet, as Westbrook tries to posterize Castro, but obviously it's a tall task. The first one drops in for him. Westbrook, 3 for 4 at the line. Good pass. Here's Park, wide open. The shot won't count. Off the screen. Jump shot almost falls in. Perry fouled on the shot by Park. More free throws being drawn here by Seattle in this second quarter. That's got them in the lead by 7, excuse me. Nice pass, but Hardy goes right up into a block from Collins. Fast break. Westbrook gives them a 9-point deficit. Castro sets the pick. Harrison squares one up. But right now his shots aren't falling from downtown. Westbrook over the top. Castro got turned around. Thomas and Person check back in. Open 3. No good from Person either. They're not scored in over 3 minutes of game time. Early in for Seattle, he finds Perry for the contested jump shot, and Seattle extends their lead again. Another trifecta for Harrison. Just lost his offensive rhythm. Walton pumps, goes up with it, too strong off the backboard. Mismatch inside, Castro's calling for it. He fires and connects. Back and down, Castro. Physicality. Collins, his first missed field goal here in Game 5. He's got like a plus 14 plus minus right now. Harrison's three finally drops in. Eyeball screen sets. Perry spins a couple of times, but can't score. All the way to the rim, it's Hardy getting around early for the bucket. Nice take right there. He's been very efficient here in Game 5 so far. They've cut their lead back to 6. Downhill, Perry leaves it for Collins, who misses the jam. Thomas, downhill, tough shots, well defended by Delano Collins. He gets it inside to Walton. Underneath the rim, left it short. Hardy attacks the rim again, and this time picks up the foul against Jonathan Mayo. That will give us a chance to bring in a couple of players with Mark Law and Montgomery as Hardy goes 1 for 2. Collins brings it up, throws it up off the window. Way too much under that one. Shot clock under 5. The handoff to Thomas. The three won't go. Law comes flying in for the second chance points. A 10-0 run for the Force these last 2.5 minutes and counting. And Seattle wants to call timeout. Sonics trying to break their cold spell early. Just misses that three. If we hit one of our own, we have tied the game back at 47. Not going to try one here. Montgomery's shot won't go, and Collins rips it down. Under 3 to go until halftime. Mayo left alone up ahead. The baseline jumper drops in. Couple of screens set up for Thomas. A foot behind the arc. He connects again from downtown. 11 second quarter points. 17 here in the first half so far. Mayo trying to answer back. Nothing but nylon. Top of the key screen. The triple won't drop in this time for Montgomery. Pick and roll. Mayo keeps it, but can't knock it down. Thomas has his pass deflected off the hands of Montgomery. It goes out of bounds. A step back and going back inside early. A couple of beautiful moves to score again. It's 54-47. Seattle holding on to their lead. Thomas steps back and hits again. What a first half for JT. Early finds some space. His three won't fall in, luckily enough for us. Gotta close this half strong. Early just 2 for 7, 4 points. Gotta take advantage of that. Castro's calling for it. Over the undersized Mayo. He gets it back and makes do this time around. Flying by the entire defense. It's Mayo with the blow-by. And Seattle's offense has kept them in front here for pretty much the entire game. We'll have the final shot attempt here in this first half. Thomas with it. Guarded closely. He throws it up and in. 21 first half points for Thomas. We have cut their lead right back to 3, sticking with the Seattle Sonics the entire way to this point, but the Sonics lead at the break. Here we go in the second half. It's been a battle between Jimmy Thomas and Jonathan Mayo, the two primary guards here. I guess Early's kind of the primary guard, but regardless, two guards going back and forth here in the first half. And Hardy's three could have tied things up at 56. Up to Collins on the other end. Great defense by Person, hands straight up. Up to Hardy. Second try. It's good. Off the screen. Early fires from the logo. That one is not dropping. Double team coming for Thomas. He spins, but can't score. Got to pass that one next time around. Walton has it jarred loose and stolen by Hardy. Fast break. Harrison nearly got the and one. That's number 2 on Mayo. First one is perfect from Harrison. And so is number 2. Pick and roll. Collins has a mismatch now. He's going to work. Backing down Harrison. Double team comes. The shot is blocked by Castro. That is a late whistle by the ref. The free throws can tie things back up at 58. Early does just that. Catch and shoots. Thomas trying to will us to a win with three-point shooting. Seattle on the brink of elimination here in Game 5 and moving forward in this entire NBA Finals series as Harrison blocks Mayo's shot and then pokes it away. Mayo gets it back and has it blocked again, but Collins gets the third chance points. Unreal. Setting up for Thomas again. Does not fire this time. Instead, he fires from the charity line and nails it. Screen set for Early. Back to Walton with the trifecta. We're tied at 63. Castro wants it inside. He's got a mismatch, but he carries the ball out of bounds. Mayo stripped on the other end by Harrison. Great defensive play. Hardy can't put us back in front, though. Had a couple of missed shots early on for him here in this third quarter. Stumped inside. Hayes throws it up and out. Walton skies in, and Castro swats the shot away from Hayes. Got a mismatch somewhere with Collins on Thomas. It's down low with Person. Good matchup on Chuck Early. The one-handed shot won't go in. We have not done well scoring against mismatches here in this game. Collins will show us how it's done, though. Backdoor pass, nearly stolen. Good kickouts, and Hardy will put us back in the lead. 6 more threes for the Force and 4 Seattle. Mayo working against Harrison. Thought about stepping back. Collins, closely guarded. He's got Early open off the double team, and he can't answer back. Thomas lets it fly. No good as he hits the deck. No foul is called. Walton readjusting, but unable to finish that there, and that would have put the Sonics back in front. And Person extends our lead. 25 field goals for either team. They have 1 more shot taken than we do. But very back and forth, very even shooting-wise. Isolation for Early all the way to the rim, but Castro comes over to help. He is one of the best help defenders in the entire league, man. He is always well-timed on those kinds of plays. Thomas behind the arc. Back-to-back misses. Early with a tough shot. Well defended that time by Jimmy Thomas. We're playing some better defense here in this third quarter so far. Only 9 points for Seattle since halftime, and Harrison will put us up by 5. He's got 13. Can Seattle's offense find their rhythm here? It's early drawing the foul. Number 2 on person and the team here. Early's been kind of quiet offensively. But if he can get back on track, he will probably lead this team right back to a lead. Corner screen setting up. Harrison picked up by Chuck Early, driving inside and swatted away by Collins. On the other end, he has a mismatch, and the push shot is up and good. Soft touch. It's back to 1. Time winding down. Got to find a shot. Good shot contest by Hayes. The Sonics have a chance to get back in the lead. It's Collins who'll do just that. Their fast breaks have been game-changing in every game, but especially in Game 5. Hardy finds a lane and slips inside, but he missed it. We almost get it back, but instead it goes the other way. Sonics in front. Jarred loose again, but it stays with Seattle. Perry spins and lost it this time. It's finally a turnover. Good screen set by Park. Harrison's got room to fire, but the shot won't go. Picks that up. The shots, no good from Chuck Early. Still has been relatively cold from the field. Good passing outside the perimeter, and Park can't take advantage. Quick 3. Collins nails it. He could score from every single level. Seattle jumps up by 4 all of a sudden. Under 3 to go in the third quarter. Now it's us trying to get back on track on offense, but Harrison not able to knock it down. Brought up by Collins. Good pass to Westbrook, and the lead extends to 7 for the Sonics here in their home courts. They're trying to keep their finals hopes alive. Catch and shoot. Jesse Park on target. Going right at the rookie here. Perry lost his dribble and cannot get it to drop in. Good defense. Harrison, quick shot, finally finds the bottom of the net. It's back to 1. Just when you think one team's going to pull away, the other team fights right back in the ball game. Just like every other game previously. Collins shakes off Law and hits the left-handed shot. He has been amazing. Well, the crossover. Couple of dribble moves. Harrison at the rim. Can't finish the play. That's good defense by Westbrook, I guess. On the corner. Westbrook slices inside. It's blocked off the backboard by Malone. 76-79. Sonics in front. A 3 could tie it. Park fades. No. Perry's been quiet here in this one. He slices inside. That ball's tipped away by Law. We got numbers. Park hands it off. Law fades away. That's a tough shot, but good. Pick and roll. Guarded well. Westbrook finds the net again. And that is going to close the third quarter. Seattle leads 81-78. Without Wilson Towns, these two teams are about as evenly matched as possible. Fourth quarter action. Sonics just trying to hold on by a thread here and get their second win of the series. Westbrook getting physical down low, but Harrison swats it away. Great play. Griffin can't tie things up. I don't think he's scored so far in this game. It's dumped inside to Westbrook. Good pass back out, and Weaver can't connect. And it's stolen! Harrison just did not see Perry there. Westbrook's got free throws on the way. Turnovers to fast breaks have been the lifeblood of this Sonics offense. The free throws will give them a 5-point gap. Good pass to Thomas. He's open. In this game, he has barely missed open shots. He's been absolutely on the money. And it's kept us in arm's reach pretty much the whole time. From the elbow, Weaver back out. Westbrook has to find something here, and it's going to be another foul. 17 points and counting for Bradley Westbrook, and has yet to miss from the charity stripe. He's been great off the bench until that free throw right there. That is a tough shot for Harrison. Yeah, he's just not been great from downtown, simply put. Solomon stepped out of bounds on the other end. Isolation. Harrison having some trouble getting by Westbrook, and he lost his dribble. He's going to throw it up anyways. That's just not smart basketball right there. The fadeaway. Good from Lee Solomon. He's been quiet here in this game on both offense and defense until now. Person shrugs off Blair and lays it in. Great physical play. He has not done a whole lot offensively here in this game, but we could use him right now in the fourth quarter. Early's back in for Seattle, and he drills a three in his first touch off the bench. Nice cut, Person with back-to-back scores. Pick and roll, deflected, and eventually stolen by Thomas. He's got Law up ahead. He jams it in. It's back to one score. Every single time a team pulls away, the other team pulls them right back in. 86-89. Need to stop right here on defense. Westbrook, catch and shoots. He has been great. Double comes for Thomas. Hardy's got to knock it down, and he finds the bottom of the net. Great shot. Great kickouts. We are keeping pace just barely. Double screen set up for Early. Same shot as his last one, but this time the three won't drop in. Here's our chance to tie or take the lead. Slicing inside. Hardy for the lead. He's got it. Back-to-back trays. A 10-2 force run these last 90 or so seconds. It's 92-91. What a game we have here. Sonics fighting for their lives. Westbrook can't knock it down. In the corner, Law extends it to 4. Great passing by the Force. Great plays drawn up by Antonio Pierce. And here we go. I meant Antonio Temple. He's our coach. Antonio Pierce is the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Those two get confused sometimes in my head. Here's Perry. Good pass back early. A flat-footed shots and room to fire. I mean, what a game, man. Just trading buckets, trading leads, just like always. What a series we have unfolding here. Hardy with the step back. It's good off the iron. He's catching fire here in the fourth quarter, and he's keeping us in front just barely. The spin. And the shot by Early. Collins cleans things up on the offensive glass. Harrison back to Hardy. Early guarding him. Here's Thomas. No good for the top of the key. It's a much needed miss by the Seattle defense, but Collins could not put him in front on the other side. Transition, and Hardy keeps going. He's hit 4 straight shots. 5 to play in regulation. Mayo back in. He's been quiet this second half. And Perry lost the ball on a great kick out. He just couldn't hang on. Corner 3. Thomas drills it. The Force have their biggest lead of the night at 7. Mayo coasting into a runner, a moonshot, and it drops in for 2. His first bucket in this entire second half. They need him here in the fourth quarter. Screen setting up. The Archangel looks for 2 in a row, but he's not going to find one here. Early comes off the screen inside to Collins for the two-handed flush. It's back to 1 score. The Sonics need this crowd to come to life here late. They got Frank Perry playing crunch time minutes. Thomas fires, but it's too strong. Shot clock under 5. Perry misses the step back jumper. That was a ballsy shot. Almost stolen. Thomas with a great pass. Person can't rip the triple. That was about as open as you can possibly get. Perry, no good again. A couple of tough shots being taken back to back by him. Thomas, stutter steps. He gets it back. Double team comes. He escapes it and turns the ball over. Or not. It's still Force ball, but 3.2 on the clock. Perry finally checks out. Walton and Hayes back in to close the game. Inbound to Person. Hardy takes a deep 3, but can't knock it down. That was essentially a heat check for him to close the shot clock, but it's still a 1-score game. They've got Early wide open. What happened to our defense? We're tied at 103. Seattle's back's against the wall, and they're fighting tooth and nail here in Game 5 to keep their hopes alive. This is a phenomenal game by both teams. Who can close this game out and come out on top? Catch and shoot. Person connects on the mid-range jump shots. Mayo finds Walton. He has yet to hit one from downtown in Game 5. Under 90 seconds left to play here in the fourth quarter. Thomas, out of a shot, finds Castro. Great defense by the Sonics. Harrison, stepping into it. It's good off the front iron. 2-score lead for Pittsburgh. A double comes for Mayo, leaving Hayes wide open inside. Why did we just double a guy that has scored once here in the second half? I have no idea. It's back to a 2-point game. You gotta pretty much hit every shot you take the rest of the way to finish the closeout. And Thomas does just that. A huge pull-up. Drops in for him. 109-105. Can the Steel City come out on top, or will it be the Emerald City? Early shot won't go. One more bucket could finish things off. It's Person. It's not exactly over at a 6-point lead, but it sure is looking good. 105-111. Seattle needs a 3 and fast. Collins, pump fakes, drives, back out. Walton with space. It's back to 3. They took too long. There's no shot clock left. They have to rely on missed free throws the rest of the way. And Thomas is the guy you want if you're Pittsburgh. The first one is up and good. And Thomas goes perfect at the line. Seattle will use their last timeout to advance the ball. Early has it. They got to get a 3 off here, I think. That's their best chance to win. They're taking way too long. Early contested. No good. Castro pulls it down. We are seconds away from a Larry O'Brien trophy. The first one is good from the big man. Castro, 2 for 2, nothing but nets. No timeouts left for Seattle. Up to Walton. His shot won't go. Castro pulls it down, and the Pittsburgh Force are officially NBA champions for the first time in city history, franchise history. 115-108 your final score. What a way to close out this chapter in NBA 2K24. We take it in 5. Pittsburgh, a city of champions. What a perfect way to bookend this chapter and this series. Pittsburgh wins their first Larry O'Brien trophy, and Melvin Harrison, of all people, wins Finals MVP. 19 points per game, 9 assists per game, 1 steal, only shot 37% from the field and 30% from downtown. If we override this, I'm curious if there's a guy that deserves it more. Thomas had the second most points in the series and shot 44%. He's probably the best option outside of Harrison to win it, but I mean, regardless, what a story for Harrison, coming in with the injured Towns and stepping up in a big way and leading us to a 5-game series win. That's very impressive. To be honest, I think Jimmy Thomas deserves it over Harrison because he shot way better than Harrison did. And he had like 4 to 5 assists per game, scored like 21.6 per game. I'm going to give this one to Jimmy Thomas. I think he deserves it. He wins Finals MVP. I think this is well deserved for him. The Force win 4 games to 1. 35-7-8 for Thomas to close it out. Clint Hardy instrumental in this Game 5 victory. Harrison scores 18 points on 16 missed shots, going 7 for 23 from the field and 2 for 11 from downtown. A couple of big plays by Person, Mark Law, Jesse Park, and Homer Castro with 13 rebounds in this game. 3 blocks for Keon Malone. And we take it shooting 47% from the field and 43% from behind the arc. Only 1 missed free throw. a perfect way to end this playoff run, to end this chapter, to end this entire NBA 2K24 MyNBA series, especially after sweeping our former dynasty. These were the final stats in the NBA Finals. Person, Harrison, Thomas, Hardy, and Castro, the entire starting five, all end up scoring in double figures. Overall, rebounds were aplenty for Homer Castro. Person got about 8 per game. The only guy who shot poorly, I think, was probably Harrison, and also Montgomery going 36 or 37%. Malone barely shot the ball, so I can't really fault him for going 25%. In the playoffs, in total, we had 6 different players score double figures, including Wilson Towns. So pretty much every player who got a start in the playoffs scored in double figures. You can't really ask for much more than that. Overall, the only guy who shot poorly in the playoff run was Montgomery, but he did not really get too many games to play. Only 9 since Wilson Towns got injured. Thomas, 53% from behind the arc. Clint Hardy, not too far behind. Park, Griffin, Person all shoot well from downtown as well. And we come out on top with just about as well-rounded of a team as you can possibly have. Ever since that playbook change, the team just looked a whole lot different. That was probably the biggest difference in the team and the post-All-Star break versus pre-All-Star break. It made a huge difference, and we ended up losing only 2 total playoff games in our first ever playoff appearance. That is exactly what you want to see with a 1 seed. We're going to end the episode by going through the current team records for the Pittsburgh Force, and then our last episode to complete the entire series will be the long-term sim. Next episode, we'll go through team records, we'll go through the careers of Boyd, Jovanovic, Duran, Thomas, Towns, Person, and probably Homer Castro too. Might take a while, but I'm gonna, strap up for the long haul and see how far we can go, and see how far these players can go in their careers, because Tom's only like 22 years old. I think Person is 21. There's still plenty of young players to follow. And Thomas here leads us in most points in a game in the regular season. Field goals made, number 1's Jimmy Thomas. 3-pointers made, Thomas, top 5 in 5 different occasions. Free throws made, Jimmy Thomas. Rebounds is actually going to be Pokusevski over Homer Castro, to my surprise. Assist goes to Wilson Towns and the entire top 5 by himself. Blocks tied between 3 different players, Pokusevski, Person, and Jimmy Thomas from last season. Steals, Wilson Towns at number 1. Minutes, Patrick Stewart at 53. That was before we took over, I believe, or maybe it was... Yeah, I think it was their first year when they were as a bug with how many minutes were being played by their entire starting 5. Bryce Johnston, most turnovers, not where you want to be on there. And then you look at the playoffs, total points. Thomas has 4 of the 5, with Towns coming in at 4th place. Field goals made, Thomas, Towns, and Castro at top 5. 3-pointers made, Thomas and Clint Hardy. Free throws made, Thomas and Melvin Harrison, with Castro at 4. Rebounds, Person had 24 in one of our first couple of rounds. Then it's Castro. Assists, Melvin Harrison had it a couple games ago with 12, followed by Wilson Towns with a couple of 11 assist games. Blocks, Person with 4, Castro with 3. Malone had 3 in this game to close out the series, and Thomas had 3 earlier in this playoff run as well. Steals, Wilson Towns at 5, then Thomas, then Person, then Hardy, then Mark Law. So 5 different players there in the record books. Minutes, Melvin Harrison with 4 out of the 5, only because Towns obviously was his initial starter. Turnovers, Harrison, Towns, Thomas, and then Park at 5th. And there you go. Those are the record books for the team. We'll close out with the team history just to see how many stats we had to go along the entire couple of years here. We got 1 division title, 1 conference championship, 1 playoff appearance, 1 NBA championship, and so far no retired numbers. Our best record coming here in our 3rd year with this team at 57-25, and we currently have no rivals. In the end, this team had a huge mid-year turnaround. Starters and backup players alike really stepped up on the home stretch, despite missing Wilson Towns, who I just really wish could have played those last couple of series, especially against the Neptunes in those last couple of games against his former team. But unfortunately, he will perhaps not appear in the long-term sim. I do plan to jump into a couple of very late game scenarios if the team finds themselves back in the playoffs or the finals, both with the Neptunes and the Force. Not really sure how long that will be for the long-term sim, but I do plan to at least go through all of those 7 player careers that I did mention earlier in the episode. So we're not done yet. We got 1 more episode left to go, but it's going to be kind of an epilogue to this entire 150 plus episode series. I doubt our next one goes as long as this one, because I will have 3 different series going on at one time with this, Madden, and College Football 25. So do please go check those out if you have not done so already. I really love the Homer series especially. I've worked hard to make that series fun and hopefully entertaining for the viewers. And we're finally seeing some of the first recruits in that series finally earn some playing time towards the end of year 2. So if you like college football or you want to get into it, that could be the series for you. It's another team builder series like this one where I have a custom team in the game, so go check that out if you're not following that one. But I have the logos for our next 2K series all ready to go. I got the waistband logos, I have the court logos, the overall logos, the jersey logos, everything booted up and made. So once that game comes out, I can upload those and we'll have that series underway here shortly, hopefully. So yeah, we got 1 thing left to do, and that is the epilogue, the long-term sim. So I will see you guys there. Please like the video, subscribe if you're new, and leave your feedback down below, and get ready for the end of the series, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have watched the entire series, you're one of only few people to do so, so hats off to you. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, stay tuned for more here on NBA 2K. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.